All right, let me talk to you. Yeah, it's your boy Asher here with a different kind of video. Let me preface this by saying I have breathing problems, I have asthma, I was just hospitalized, so please go easy on me. Please go easy on me, guys. I have trouble breathing. I don't have an inhaler right now. This is gonna be hard, but just bear with me. Bear with me. So over the past year, I did a little social experiment. I watched wrestling, and I don't mean WWE. I mean wrestling as a whole. I gave 3 different companies chances, and I just wanted to see what it was like watching modern wrestling. Because from the time I was born to I want to say late 2009, early 2010, I watched wrestling. I was always a wrestling fan. My dad, who I don't like talking about that man, but he was a huge WWE fan and he loved Triple H. So, we were a wrestling family. Even before I was born, we were a wrestling family. I was just born into it. You know what I mean? I was just born into it. Around 2009, way after my father had passed, thankfully, way after he died, my mother converted to Christianity. This was not a choice I made willfully. I was forced into it, and I had to give up a lot. Again, not by choice. They just invaded my home and destroyed all my shit because, religion. So I had all my childhood toys that held a lot of sentimental value to me and helped me through being suicidal because I was a suicidal 5-year-old. Yeah, they threw them away like they were nothing. I had a really good Pokemon collection. I would have been rich. I would have been rich. I wouldn't be living in this fucking shitty, dingy apartment with a fucking ceiling bird. I would have been rich out of my mind because I had a huge collection of original Japanese Pokemon that to this day I still look up their prices, and every time I look up the prices, I just want to kill myself. But yeah, they were burned by the Christian church, and more importantly, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm here to talk about is WWE. They forced me to stop watching WWE for 15 years. So yeah, for 15 years, I did not watch WWE, but I was a little rebel. I still listened to Michael Jackson. I still watch WCW content on YouTube. I still watch shoot interviews. So wrestling has always been a part of my life. I never really quit it. I just, socially quit, but in reality, I was still watching old WWE matches. I was rewatching WCW, and that brought me to 2024. I used to have Instagram and social media last year. I don't anymore. It's all garbage. And I'll say this on my channel here. I do not argue on the fucking internet. Sure, when I was 15, 17, when I was a dumbass kid, I would. I had so many pages banned on... Name a website and I've been banned off of it. Let's just say that. But you can make burner accounts. It's fine. It's not like I'm completely banned off Facebook. I just stepped back and said, you know what? Every single time I upload, I go on Instagram, it's just arguments. Every time I go on Facebook, it's weird scams. Reddit is just a bunch of fat losers. Okay, but they think the world revolves around them. Okay, I'm guilty of that too, but still, I just don't have any socials. But last year I did, and I saw Snoop Dogg. He was smoking weed at WrestleMania 40. I thought that was fucking badass. But then something else caught my attention because he posted another video, or a suggested post came up because of that post, and it was Cody Rhodes, run the WWE champion. And I was like, Cody Rhodes, the Evolution guy, the guy with a lisp, fucking Cody Rhodes. Because again, I didn't watch the Stardust run. I wasn't around during that time. To me, he's always going to be the legacy guy. Ted DiBiase Jr. R.I.P. Ted DiBiase Jr. How's jail doing for you, bro? Damn. Damn, bro. But yeah, he's always going to be a legacy guy. So I saw that motherfucking Legacy won the WWE Championship, and I was like, I have to watch wrestling. So I gave it all a chance. And when I mean I gave it all a chance, I mean everything. I watched I watched the AAA shit, the WWE Mega Worlds Collide shit. It was a bunch of jobbers. I don't care. So I didn't keep up with that. I gave that a chance. The Mega World Champion Worlds. I don't fucking even remember what the name of those 2 shows were. I watched the 2 shows. Didn't like them. It was all jobbers. You know what I mean? I didn't care. NJPW. I did not understand a single fucking thing that was going on. I don't speak Japanese. You expect an American to watch Japanese television? How? How? You know, just how? It wasn't bad wrestling. I just couldn't understand what the fuck was going on, or who I was supposed to cheer on, or what. I couldn't understand anything. So I stuck with 3. And these are the 3 I'm going to talk about today. TNA, WWE, and AEW. In that order. So let's go. TNA. Wow, TNA sucks. I just ripped the bandage off. TNA sucks. Don't watch it. I gave it a year. I think I've earned the right to say TNA sucks. I'm a firm believer in you can't say something's bad unless you've tried it. Okay? And I tried it. I gave it a whole year. I did. I gave it a whole year. From WrestleMania 40 to WrestleMania 41. I gave TNA a chance. It sucks. It's not even the WWE merger that killed it. Just back when I was watching, they didn't have the WWE merger. Like, it was barely in its infant steps. They were teasing it, but it wasn't official yet. You know what I mean? So it was like, at least it wasn't made officially public. I'm pretty sure they had bought them back in 2024, but they hadn't announced it until now, until they made Trick Williams a TNA champion or whatever. But yeah, I watched it, and 99% of, trust me when I say 99% of the segments on TNA are just the system. That's it. What system? Is there like a weird general manager that's a robot? That would be cool, actually. I wish they would reveal Santino Marella to be like an immortal, like fucking T8100, and he's like from the future. I've come here to, I don't know. I love Santino. He was the only saving grace for TNA. That's the only fucking segments I liked in TNA. Besides that, it was garbage. Why? The booking sucked, bro. Holy shit. The system. Who is the system? Well, okay, just imagine an all-American stable that is heels because they love America and they're patriotic. I mean, they've been doing that since the 80s, brother. And I say brother for a reason, because that's Hulk Hogan's whole fucking gimmick. So imagine a group of Hulk Hogans in 2025. Boring. It's 40 years. Get over it. 40 years have passed, bro. 40 whole fucking years, bro. That's 2 of my lifetimes. 40 fucking years. That's a long... Get over it. It's tired. It's done. It's finished. Nobody's interested anymore, bro. Who the fuck is patriotic in 2025? Everybody hates our president. Everybody hates our government. I hate the healthcare system. They work against me. Who the fuck is patriotic in 2025? If you told me go to war for America, I'd tell you to go fuck yourself. So TNA, man, 99% of the booking relies on some boring ass stable that's the most generic bullcrap ever. Like, they're not interesting. They're not good wrestlers. And every single storyline revolved around these guys. Like, the Hardys were fighting them. Frankie Kazarian was fighting them. Speedball Mike Bailey was fighting them. Joshua Alexander. And that's why we're moving on to AEW. Specifically, those 2 names that I just mentioned right now. Speedball Mike Bailey and Joshua Alexander. Man, I said I was going to talk about WWE second, but I just can't hold it back. I mentioned Speedball. I mentioned Joshua Alexander. Oh, God, those are great wrestlers. I said I don't like TNA, but I did like 3 wrestlers. Frankie Kazarian, that Dr. Doom shit, man. Let me show you something. MF Doom fan. I have a poster on my wall. MF Doom fan. So I saw the Frankie Kazarian cosplaying Dr. Doom. Yes, that is my shit. Fam. That's my shit. Number 2, Joshua Alexander. Great fucking wrestler, dude. This dude, he's the definition of a great technical wrestler. That's, I don't usually like technical wrestling. I think it's fucking boring. But god damn, Joshua Alexander's good, bro. Like, I don't know, maybe he was a big fish in a small pond, but he stood out to me really good. So the second they announced he was AEW, yes, I told myself, I literally made myself this promise. Once I quit watching TNA, I was like, if Joshua Alexander moves to AEW, I'm going to be a fan. And guess what? He did. And on top of that, he's in the Don Callis family. I love that angle. That's my favorite heel stable right now in wrestling, the Don Callis family. Konosuke Takeshita, oh my god, bro, I love that guy. Every single time Takeshita is on TV, I'm hype. My adrenaline's pumping. You know it's a good match. Fucking, god damn it, I can't remember it. I always call him Takeshita, but his name's not... who the fuck is the blonde guy? There's this blonde guy that's part of the Don Callis family. I always confuse him with Takeshita because they're both Japanese, so they both have very similar names. That's not me being racist. That's like you fucking trying... Imagine being a Japanese person trying to remember American wrestlers. All the names are going to sound stupid and the same to you. Now, I'm not saying the Japanese name sounds stupid. I'm saying American names sound stupid as fuck, and they all sound the same. You know what I mean? So I know you guys can relate. I can't remember. Okada, I want to say. Okada. Fuck, man. That dude's fucking amazing. I love Okada. I love Takeshita. I love them. Joshua Alexander's fucking great. Speedball Mike Bailey. He's not in the Don Callis family, but he moved to AEW, and that's the best move he made. I fucking love him. I love seeing him weekly, bro. He's a monster, bro. He's so fucking cool. And you know, my goal. Come on, bro. Who do you think my channel's name is? Orange Gups. Every single time I play a video game, I call myself Orange Guts. Who do you think my favorite wrestler right now is? Take a wild guess. I'm talking about AEW, by the way. Orange Cassidy. Come on. Freshly squeezed. Now, I watched AEW on and off because I remember during the early days, they would put free matches on YouTube, and they still continue that. So I would always watch freshly squeezed matches, bro. Orange Cassidy's my fucking guy. You know what I mean? As long as Orange Cassidy's in AEW, you will always have a loyal AEW fan right here, baby. You know, just feed me Orange Cassidy, bro. I love it. I love that he's always the opener, bro. I love it. Like, fuck, man. Everybody always wants to talk about main eventers, but we don't talk about those fucking mid-carders that really sell the show, that have to be at the beginning of every show to get people hype. Those underrated underdogs, bro, they need more attention. Orange Cassidy is a beast. That whole fucking sloth style, funniest shit I've ever seen. And he has the wrestling, like, skills to back it up. He can actually put on a good match while not even trying, brother. So yeah, AEW, I love it. I'm not gonna lie, I hated the storyline of the Death Riders. I think we all did. It was boring. It was stupid. That stupid dumbass briefcase that they kept the AEW World Championship in. Like, what the fuck was that about? But here's what separates a great company from a dog shit company like WWE, which we'll talk about next. But they saw a stable of main event guys. The world champion was floundering. They're like, the fans don't like this. They listened. Oh my god, a wrestling company can actually listen. That's crazy, right? TNA doesn't do that. WWE certainly fucking doesn't do that. That's not just me saying it. Bobby Monsoon, Heels Advocate, Intern John, fucking even What Culture Wrestling saying, even Deontay DDJ, which I love him. I won't say anything negative about him, but he has pretty basic bot kind of opinions. You know what I mean? The kind of opinions that's like, oh yeah, you know, it's really shit, but I still like it. It's like, no, it's bad. It's bad, Deontay. It's really, really bad. But I love you. I have nothing bad to say about you, Deontay. Love your content. Love you, guy. You're amazing. But yeah, I mean, jeez. Like, there's a difference between a company that listens like AEW and a company that does not listen like WWE. And that's not just me saying it. The entire IWC has been saying it for a year now. So, what did they do? How did they fix the Death Riders problem? And I feel like this is just why this exact example is why I love AEW, and I feel you should too. Because instead of being like, oh, we could disband this team, accept loss, there's pride. There's pride there. So I get why they didn't do that. I understand. I don't agree with it, but I understand. That's the bus that passes every single day at 5 a.m. Hello, bus driver. Goodbye. I love that guy. But, yeah, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. What they decided to do to solve this problem is they got a mid-card act. What? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, they got Daniel Garcia, some mid-card act that was super over with the fans. A Daniel Garcia dance. I love that shit. Every time Daniel Garcia does that dance, I'm like, yeah, let's dance. It's funny. It's funny. And they put him with the Death Riders and... Bro. Genius, bro. I didn't think it was gonna work. I thought it was gonna make Daniel Garcia look like an idiot, but it just made it gave new life to the Death Rider story. They took a mid-card act and they elevated him, not only elevating him, but elevating the whole fucking storyline he is involved in. All because they listened to the fans, by the way. Now let's get into the WWE and the whole reason I started this video. Oh yeah, like, let's be honest. If you're a wrestling fan, you don't give a shit about TNA. And you probably hate AEW because most of you do. But I'm going to change your mind one day. Trust me on that. One day, I'm going to change your mind. I infiltrated the WWE so I can make you guys fucking AEW fans. So let's talk about it. It started off pretty good, actually. I liked it. I liked WWE for a good solid, I want to say, 6 months. I really naturally gravitated to Dominic Mysterio because he's fucking the best heel in WWE. He's the best and only good part of WWE right now. The only good part. He's the only one that you're booking correctly. The only person. Raquel Rodriguez. She is amazing. She needs to be your next women's world champion. Like, God bless Stephanie Vaquer, but Raquel Rodriguez is just way more believable, dog. I love her. Number 3. Braun Breaker. I don't connect to this one anymore. They buried him. They ruined his career. They put him next to that fat ass Paul Heyman, that fucking scamming son of a bitch who I hate. I hate Paul Heyman, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, Paul Heyman, I fucking hate him. He ruined Braun Breaker's career. Everything Paul Heyman... No, fuck that. Let's talk about Paul Heyman right now. Because I feel like you're inherently wrong with what's WWE. You fucking Paul of... Anybody named Paul. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed every time WWE puts some motherfucker named Paul in a position of power, they ruin the company. And we haven't learned our lesson yet. But yeah, Paul Heyman. So, let's talk about the quick clip notes of Paul Heyman's career. So he was a businessman, not a wrestling fan. He was a businessman who went into the wrestling business in the late 90s because WCW and WWE were really popular. He started booking for Eastern Championship Wrestling, eventually buying it out. And that's where all the problems began. Bills weren't being paid, wrestlers weren't being paid, and eventually the company went under because it was never about saving Eastern Championship Wrestling. It was never about innovating the wrestling industry as a whole by introducing hardcore wrestling. It was all about, how do I steal money from this company as much as I can and run? Because Paul Heyman is a fucking rat. He's a fucking rat. And that's not just me saying it. Okay? From 2009 to 2025, I would watch shoot wrestling interviews. And you know what's the one thing every ECW original says? Paul Heyman is a fucking scammer. He was not paying any of your childhood heroes. So we can look back at ECW and be like, oh man, that really was a wrestling company of all wrestling companies. Or we could look at it for what it really was. A scam to take all the money from your favorite wrestlers and destroy their lives. Every ECW wrestler says it. Everyone, dog. Tommy Dreamer, my GOAT. He's always going to be in my Mount Rushmore of wrestlers, bro. I love Tommy Dreamer, bro. He was the best part of those early 2000 WWE days. He was gonna kill Paul Heyman. Man, do I wish he would have done it. The world would have been a better place without Paul Heyman in it. Really. All the careers he's destroyed, all the money he's stolen, all the people whose lives he's ruined. I don't see why he's allowed to live. I really don't. But, eventually, Paul Heyman did the rat thing that he always does. And he decided, oh, I'll give you a contract to save my own ass. And yeah, that's basically how WWE CW started, because the company was hemorrhaging money because Paul wasn't paying the wrestlers. Paul wasn't paying the bills. Paul was just a leech. He was a leech, and people don't see that. We're calling him a genius. We're calling him this innovator, this star maker. He's not a star maker. He destroys everybody he's fucking with. Ryback? Wasn't he with Ryback? What the fuck happened there? Curtis Axel Jr., what happened there? Braun Breaker, the most recent example, his career is ruined. I don't see him as a main eventer. He's a fucking jobber. Look at this last year alone. How many times? Somebody pull up a tally on how many times Braun Breaker has lost clean this last year. It's fucking embarrassing, bro. It's fucking embarrassing. Not only that, but he made Roman Reigns, his last client, lose to fucking Bronson Reed? Huh? Way to kill Roman's stock. What the fuck? Not Braun Breaker. Paul Heyman kills careers, bro. You can ask anybody from ECW, they'll say the same thing. Hell, you know who you should ask? Mike Awesome. Who's Mike Awesome? Well, if you're ECW fan, that name probably triggered a little Winter Soldier episode in you. You probably filled with rage. And you know what's the funny part? You should be mad at Paul Heyman, not Mike. Why? Let me break this down. Imagine you're the best working performer on a company, on a TV show. You're the literal face of the company. You have the belt. And you're not getting paid shit. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Nothing. You're not getting paid at all. So, he did the sensible thing. He left to WCW. Oh, but he still had the belt. He wasn't getting paid. You know what I mean? So fuck Paul Heyman, fuck ECW, fuck everything else. If I'm not getting paid, fuck you and your stupid company. I'm leaving, bro. I don't have anything to do. You have nothing to offer me. And to this day, this man's still crucified and people still hate him. And it's like, why? I don't get it. I don't know anything about his personal life. I don't care. But like, just to hate him over this incident is really fucking ridiculous, when you should be hating the man who was ruining the lives of all your heroes, all your childhood heroes. There's this one common villain that was just ruining their lives. Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman aside, man, WWE's booking has sucked over the last year. It started really hot in 2024 off WrestleMania 40. I actually enjoyed it. Somewhere along the way, someone decided to sabotage WWE. That's not a joke. Every single top star right now is buried. And this is why I hate WWE. Roman Reigns lost to Bronson Reed, taken off TV. Io Sky had a really good fucking world title reign. Then she's just put into some non-existent tag team division that nobody gives a fuck about. Rhea Ripley, same thing. Okay, here's the thing though. Here's the thing about Rhea Ripley that I don't understand. She is way more over than Roman. I don't care what you Roman fans have to say. Okay? Because in 2015, you guys hated Roman, so shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear shit from you Roman Reigns fans. You're all fucking hypocrites. Because I was there. I remember, motherfuckers. I wasn't watching the product, but I was keeping a close eye on you. And I remember when you booed Roman out of arenas, so I don't want to hear it. None of that. Oh, shut the fuck up. Acknowledge my nuts. We're here to talk about Rhea Ripley. She's way over than Roman. That's not Roman's fault. That's not me blaming Joseph Anoa'i, the actor. I love the actor. I think he's humble. I think he's great. He's a good soul. You could just tell, bro. You could just tell from his interviews. I love Joseph Anoa'i. I love that man. I love him. I think he's great. And I think he's got a real promising career in acting. I genuinely do. He has that humbleness. He has that warmth. He's a good guy. The character sucks though. And that's not me saying, oh, I hate Roman. He's overrated. No. They killed him In the last year, they killed him. He's on a part-time schedule. He's never around. So, of course, Rhea Ripley's going to be more recognizable. She's always there. And, like, here's the thing. I've had so many more encounters with Rhea Ripley fans than WWE fans over the past year. I've seen so much of Rhea Ripley. People who aren't even fans of wrestling, people who don't watch wrestling, people who want nothing to do with wrestling, call it fake. They're like, man, this Rhea Ripley girl, I like her. She's hot. I like goth girls. She transcends WWE. She's going to be bigger than WWE one day. And at the rate they're booking her in this non-existent tag division that nobody gives a fuck about, she's going to leave soon. Rhea Ripley's gonna leave soon, and she should. You deserve better, Rhea Ripley, than this tag team? A tag team with Io? Who the fuck asked for that? We want to see them both fighting each other for the belt. We don't want to see them, oh, I love you, I love you. What the fuck is that stupid bullshit? And on that note, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, I'm not a fan of these girls. I'm not at all. I don't like them. I don't hate them, but I don't like them. I don't give a shit about them. You know what I mean? They're not from my era, so I'm not gonna pretend, oh yeah, they're a long time. I don't give a shit. I never watched their matches. I don't fucking care. But here's the thing. They should have been top heels. Why they're not top heels? You're trying to build stars for the next... No, actually, you're not. You're idiots. Everybody at WWE is a fucking idiot right now. And they're not making new stars, but that's what they should be doing. I don't know why the fuck Stephanie Vaquer's wasting her goddamn time on fucking Nikki Bella. She should be fighting the likes of Alexa Bliss. She should be fighting the likes of Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is a 17 times world champion at this point. She should be going for that belt and losing to the new people. She should be losing to the... You've won 17 times. You're already the GOAT. You're already competing with John Cena at this fucking point. Losing to the new stars and putting them over is not gonna fucking hurt your bottom line. It's really not. You're Ric Flair's daughter. Nothing in this fucking planet will ever take that away. Nobody can damage you. You're like, if The Rock is a final boss for the male WWE superstars, I feel like Charlotte Flair should be the final boss for the women. And I don't even fucking like her. But like, why is she not a heel? Why is she in a stupid tag team division that nobody gives a fuck about? Same goes for Raquel and Roxanne. What the fuck are we doing? Nobody cares about the tag team division. Don't get it twisted. I never said nobody cares about the women. I said nobody cares about the tag team division, period. AJ Lee, what the fuck are we doing with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee? Dragon Lee's a fucking jobber, dude. Nobody gives a fuck about Dragon Lee. I'm a fucking Hispanic. You would think I'd be a fan. No, I don't give a fuck about that loser. I don't care about Dragon Lee. What the fuck has he done? Nothing. He doesn't do anything, bro. Why is AJ Styles having to babysit this guy? You get what I'm saying? John Cena's retirement tour failed. A complete failure. He has gone on to say he was willing to do 220 matches. Matches. All we got were 36 appearances and like 6 matches. We got 30 fucking appearances and half of them were like, oh, I don't want to be here and I'm going to ruin... He didn't even mean it. He was just reading some bullshit Triple H wrote. So it's like, now half the fucking tour dates were just John Cena spouting bullshit he doesn't even believe. And it could have been fighting Obafemi. It could have been fighting Trick Williams. It could have been fighting Javon Evans. It could have been fighting LA Knight. It could have been fighting Braun Breaker. God damn, I wanted to see that. I'm not gonna lie. That right there, the moment they the moment they announced who was gonna be in the Last Time Is Now tournament is a moment I realized I'm quitting WWE. I'm not watching this garbage anymore. I'm not watching it. You bury John Cena, bro. You bury John Cena. He could have been fighting Zack Ryder. He could have been fighting Edge. He could have been fighting Chris Jericho. He could have been fighting all these... Dolph Ziggler. You know why? Because he had 36 dates. Plenty of time to fight every single person I listed and more. But instead, what do we get? Nothing. 2 Cody Rhodes matches, 3 fucking Dominic Mysterio matches that nobody asked. I wanted one. I wanted one Dominic Mysterio match. He should have lost the belt, and then the next person should have beat John Cena. Presumably, John Cena should have kept the title until he retired, and that would have been his way of putting... How do you not see this? How are you that tone deaf? The Intercontinental title is the working man's title. He should have kept it. It should have stayed on John Cena. That's the passing of the torch. Him losing to Gunther, a man who's first off, he sucks. He's the worst wrestler I've ever seen of all time. And I will say this till the day I die. Vladimir Kozlov had more talent. Vladimir Kozlov was better on the mic. Gunther's just a discount Vladimir Kozlov. He sucks. He's got 3 moves of doom, the chop, the big boot, and the powerbomb. That's all he does. His promos suck. He just says the same thing over and over again. Every single promo. You're not worthy of cleaning my boots in the middle of the ring. Like, bro, dude, like, come on, dude. Like, come on. Nobody likes Gunther, but he's being shoved down our fucking throats. I'm not saying, like, no, I am saying he shouldn't have been the last match. It doesn't make any sense. John Cena should have kept the Intercontinental title. I'm a Dominic Mysterio fan, and I genuinely did not want to see that rematch. I don't get why he got a rematch. I don't understand. That belt should have gone as a passing of the torch. It should have been Trick Williams. It should have been Obafemi. It should have been Javon. I'm not even saying it should have been Edge. I'm not even saying it should have been Chris Jericho. No. They could have been on the tour. But they didn't even have to be the last guys. There's no excuse. You know what I mean? I'm promoting up and coming talent. I'm promoting motherfuckers in your league, in your developmental. How are you so tone deaf that you don't see that? He had the working man's belt. That's the perfect opportunity to pass the torch. And you give him a rematch? Why? Why? Sure, it makes Dominic Mysterio look better, whatever, but like, he already looked good going against Cena. That was already a fun match. Everybody was having a good time. I was having a good time. I was happy with leaving it 1 match and done. But no, we waste his entire tour. And then for the past year, we've had shitty wrestlers who completely suck being shoved down our throat. Jey Uso, Gunther, like all the top stars, you bury them. Every single one. AJ Styles, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, LA Knight. I'm going to talk about LA Knight last. Everyone, though. There's not a single WWE superstar that came out of 2025 looking good. Not a single one. Braun Breaker's a fucking jobber. For 2 years, you've been saying he's going to be the future, and he's a jobber. He's a fucking jobber. He sucks. I'm not even excited about Braun Breaker anymore. I'm done. I don't care about the character. Ever since you put Paul Heyman with him, it's ruined. It's done. My excitement's dead. And now LA Knight. I feel like this is a repeated pattern that even during the Vince McMahon era was there. And you people just, I don't know, you seem to collectively forget that WWE likes destroying talent that gets over organically. It's either we decide that you're going to be the top guy or you're fired. That's all it is. That's it. Anybody underneath the top guy has never had a chance. Ever, dude. And it's true. Zack Ryder, he got over organically. What happened? He got literally cuckolded, put in a wheelchair, and beat up. Rusev Day. You remember Rusev Day? What happened? He got cuckolded and beat up by a big black dude. There's a lot of cuckolding. When you get over naturally, you get cuckolded. I've realized that now. Oh, man, that sucks. Zack Ryder. Wait, did I say Zack Ryder? I mean, he got cuckolded twice, because look what they're doing with Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. He came back to lose to LA Knight while his literal wife's supposedly dating someone else. So he got cuckolded twice and buried twice. So there's that. Ricochet. Now, this one actually blew my mind, because I didn't even think about this one. I didn't even remember this one. This one was not in my mind, but then I realized, oh, shit. Ricochet was like a top guy, bro. When I wasn't watching WWE, the one name that I always heard that always stood out was Ricochet. Ricochet's putting out 5-star matches. Ricochet puts his body. And ever since he moved into AEW, wow, the dude's amazing. So it's like, yeah, Ricochet. Every single fucking time a WWE wrestler gets over organically with the fans, WWE punishes them for it. And LA Knight was the final straw. I was like, you know what? This is consistent. This has been going on since the 80s, brother. This has been going on this is nothing new. This is not, like, where do you think Paul learned it from? From Vince. He learned it from Vince. You guys act like he's not Vince's fucking little son-in-law. You know, you think Vince doesn't still have his hand up Paul's ass? You're fucking delusional if you don't think all these stupid asses. Look at Vince's booking and then look at Paul's booking. It's the same, brother. It's the same. And you're all falling for it, and I don't understand. This company sucks. This company has always sucked, and this company will continue to suck. So I'm done. I quit. I'm not watching SmackDown. I'm not watching Raw, and I'm not watching PLEs. It sucks. It's continued to suck. And TKO was a final desperate attempt at Vince trying to screw everyone over. Like, oh, because you remember Vince, he was really trying hard not to give Stephanie the company or Paul. So he sold it to TKO. Like, he sold it to TKO to spite them. So yeah, all of you that's saying, oh, Vince should come back. Vince should come back. Vince is the reason WWE sucks now. Vince is the reason there's no new top stars. Everyone likes to blame Paul. And yeah, it's Paul too. But like, come on. He learned it all from Vince. What the fuck did you expect was going to happen? That things were going to change? That things were going to get better? He was his puppet, bro. He fucked his daughter to get higher positioning in the company, dog. This is what the clique does. They took over WCW, they took over TNA, they took over WWE. And what's the one common thing that happens when the clique takes over a company? It goes to shit and it hemorrhages money. And I love the clique. I love the clique. I do. Their politicking is amazing. And they've managed to destroy every wrestling company you love. And every single time, you clap and you cheer for them. Amazing. Really, truly the best villains in wrestling, because they are the real villains of wrestling. So yeah, those are my thoughts. TNA, garbage. WWE, garbage. AEW, good programming. If you like good wrestling, if you like good characters, if you like good booking, watch AEW. It's the best company out right now. And sure, there's going to be a lot of bots and NPCs telling you, oh, WWE's good. But remember, these are all backwards fucking cousin fucking Southerners who are rednecks. You're really going to listen to them. You're really going to listen to the people who are spending around $20 a month to pay for Netflix to watch Raw. Spending like $100 to get cable so they can watch NXT, SmackDown. Paying another $30 a month to watch ESPN to get all the fucking PLEs, and paying like $15 a month for NBC to watch Saturday Night's Main. I'm really gonna listen to the people wasting well over $500 a month to watch this. You're gonna listen to them. So many good AEW matches are just free on YouTube. And you can stream them on HBO Max. That's all you have to do. You want to watch AEW live? Go on HBO Max. It's that easy. Watch AEW. Forget everything else. AEW is where it's at. WWE, garbage, and I'm not watching it anymore. I'm going to be watching Bobby Monsoon. I'm going to be watching Intern John. I'm going to be watching Hill's Advocate. I'm going to be watching Deontay DDJ. That's it. That's the extent to WWE programming I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch these funny, way smarter. These guys book WWE way better than you ever could, Triple H. And it's crazy that you don't fucking listen to, because they don't complain. These YouTubers don't bitch to bitch. They actually give suggestions. They actually tell you how to book. Just the fact that you refuse to listen to them is just telling. You know what I mean? Enjoy being $3 billion in debt. Enjoy SmackDown losing viewership, going well under 1 million viewers, because it's been at like 900,000 and dropping. It just keeps dropping. The ticket prices are going up and your viewership is going down. Enjoy the sinking ship. Triple H and TKO are gonna kill WWE. You know how many people are gonna stop watching WWE once John Cena's gone? And why? If you're gonna treat your top star, the GOAT, the greatest wrestler of all time, like shit, what hope does anybody else have? I don't care if you're a Roman Reigns. I don't care if you're a Charlotte Flair. This guy's the greatest of all time and they treated him like shit. Who the fuck are you? So, I end this with this. LA Knight to AEW. Yeah!